In the ICCD program at Northwest, actually for the same reason that I started my undergrad at Northwest. And that's really because I want to be well equipped to serve the poor and the oppressed. I started out in YWAM after I graduated from high school. And while I was spending time over in Nepal, I recognized that there are a lot of communities that really do need help, and it's not that the people are incompetent, but it's because they really don't have the tools and the resources that they need to be able to embrace more abundant life. They need help with their education systems and with their politics and their economic systems. And so I came back to school so that I could be equipped with tools and resources that would then help those communities. And that's why I've just really loved the International Care and Community Development Program so far, because I feel like it really has begun to equip me in that way where I can go and be a blessing to other people and allow them to make their dreams a reality. Just by teaching me a lot of these skills with sustainable development and how to help people take ownership and how to really give them skills that are going to be useful for their communities with the resources that they have available to them. You know, of the classes that I've taken so far in the ICCD program, I really loved the community development class in the first quarter. And the reason for that was because there were a lot of guest speakers who came in during that class who had a lot of experience from the field. Our professors actually had spent about 20 years in Nepal before they came back and were teaching this class, and they also had some different people come in, the director of World Relief and a couple different organizations who were really able to give us a broad view of different aspects of community development. And I learned a lot more about base level microfinancing ideas, as well as again, different aspects of ownership and development that I feel like really engaged my worldview even, because I think as someone who did grow up in the United States, there are a lot of things that I'm not even aware of that communities in underdeveloped nations really need, and the resources that we need to be able to bring them and engage them in that process of learning and taking ownership. Yeah, it's a cohort-based program, which means that of the 20 of us, well, there were originally 20, I think there's now 18 of us that are in the program. We're going through every single class together, and we spend a lot of time together outside class in study groups and doing research projects. And so I have to say it really has been powerful that way, because I really feel like as we're talking about community development, we have become a community in that sense. And it's just been great to hear the stories of other people, to see the experiences that they've had, because I would say a lot of the people too, there's a wide range of experiences. Some people have already been engaged in community development and are coming here to be equipped with additional resources. Other people like myself are right out of college. And so we offer a lot to one another in that sense, and we're able to engage in higher level thinking just because of those, different perspectives. It's great. So backing up a little bit, my passion for the poor actually started when I was pretty young. I would say, actually I have a junior high friend who just moved into the area from Wisconsin. I grew up in Wisconsin, and we were at dinner last week, and she was laughing because she remembers when we were in 8th grade and we had to write these papers projecting forward into our futures. And she was laughing because I'd written mine even then that I was going to go to Africa when I was older. And since then that passion has really developed. But even during the time when I was in high school, I remember I used to just love getting groups of people together and going down to downtown Seattle and hanging out with homeless people, or going to soup kitchens, or doing whatever we could. So while I was at Northwest during my undergrad, I continued to stay involved however I could. But as I progressed through school, I just really wanted to have something that was a little bit more of a consistent ministry, because I felt like I was just ready for that growth and to be involved in a community in that way. And so actually one of my education professors, Dr. Kabashigawa, gave me a web link to this site in Seattle that had a little bit of information about homeless and street youth. And I saw on the site that they had a training session going on. So I ended up signing up for the training session, not really thinking anything would happen. And I went down to New Horizons, so that was in May, almost 2 years ago. And I did the training and I found out that at this organization, it's primarily involved with street youth. So they have a drop-in center where they have youth come in and get fed, and they have different opportunities for them as far as getting into schooling or just personal hygiene. But I found out they also have a small team of women that works with women involved in prostitution. And I just really felt like that's where the Lord was leading me. So I committed to serving those women, and I've been involved with that ministry now for, like I said, just about 2 years, which has also been great because it ties in closely with the ICCD program, and now I'm able to develop my thesis statement and do my practicum in accordance with New Horizons. I've especially liked their flexibility in that way because it's not that the ICCD program is stuck into focusing on one particular ministry opportunity or the interest of one student, but rather they engage people wherever they're at. So because I've been already involved with this organization, I continue to walk alongside them, and my thesis statement is focusing on developing a model for transitional housing for women involved in prostitution in order to help them to obviously get out of that lifestyle, find some life skills mentorship, and some hopefully either education or employment so that they can move into more normal society. I think one of the greatest things about the ICCD program is that it challenges the way that we look at people. It brings the person back into the individual. So whereas before I thought of the poor as a large mass, I think the ICCD program started to bring a face to that mass, and to help me to understand ways that I really can engage those people in a way that is going to bring real change and lasting change into their communities and into their lives. And I think because of that, regardless of what comes out of this in the future, I'm extremely thankful for the opportunities and for the ways that it's changed my life.